Hey, are you listening? Are you paying attention?
When I switched from being outwardly focused and focused more here, I just started following what my body felt. I've been guided by higher consciousness all along. That was the gift that this experience brought to me, was that connection back into the mothership. And the only reason for that was that I finally did the right decisions for my body. And that was that seed. That seed was like, I actually don't care about any of you out there anymore. I'm done. I'm just seeing the car in front of me has 444 on the license plate. And it just reminds me that I feel like I'm in a video game right now.
Beings were just projecting onto me a lot of the times, and I didn't know so clearly back then to be able to detect when someone is projecting and when someone is actually pointing out something in me, because I was confused with this A Course in Miracles stuff. Oh yeah, everything is an illusion and all of that stuff. I got caught in that way of thinking. It's not beneficial, which I know now. And if we have screwy views, then we're not gonna land properly.
Sometimes, even if you are and you're familiar with the holistic perspective, sometimes you get back into the game a little bit. You know, it's like you're following something inside of the game. You know, you've temporarily forgotten a little bit even this holistic game, because sometimes it's like, okay, there's a white rabbit here, let me follow that.
This karmic twin situation, in the beginning, it seemed to be very helpful, actually, and she was channeling a lot for my upliftment, and it was very helpful, very, very helpful, because she was correcting some of the truths that I didn't see about myself. So she definitely put a spotlight on me so that I could look at myself. So that was a really wonderful thing that no one really had given me. But then other things was happening as well. And the main thing is that she wouldn't take responsibility of anything really, anything that happened. It was all my fault. And I get it, because universally, that's what that experience was for me. It was for me to look at me. It wasn't about that being. She was playing a role in my development, and she could have played a different role in mine had she owned up to the things that she would do and actually collaborated with me. But that's what she didn't do. She was only blaming me, which helped me the most, because then I needed to take responsibility for the situation in my life and remove myself.
The spiral sort of seems to go down, but it is to go down to a certain experience, but it's taking you in the experience. So it is that a down in frequency, in density, for you to experience that experience, so that you can maneuver it as the character, just like when you say yes to a certain assignment type of thing. It's sort of like that.
But when I knew what I needed to do, it was still tricky, but I had so much help. After that, channeling came through, and I could feel it all along. It's just that I was confused with what is reality, what is God here. And that last little nudge there, that was the start of this connection that I now have with my guides and teachers, the Ascended Masters, Jesus, and all of this has been from the Course in Miracles and my deep study of human psychology through my own body.
When you get that this is a game, when you get that you are the one that has an assignment now, you can feel it. When you're in the game, meaning when you're in the body, you can feel that you're in an experience because you're feeling everything much more. It's not that it's not real, it's real for the body. There is a big difference here that is good to get your head around and to actually see it like that you are actually the player in the game. I mean, you've heard it said so many times, but this is not a verbal thing. You have to actually feel that you are. You have to ingrain that in feeling. Feel it.
It served its purpose, and the purpose was for me to exit and completely start from fresh. And that's what that became for me. It became a complete rebirth. I reevaluated everything about my life.
You can't make the adjustments unless you are adjusting in frequency here, through the body.
And so then I realized that, wow, how many other places am I doing this? And I had to say goodbye to my family as well, because I was accepting behavior that is so... And it didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what I said. They didn't want to change. And so when people around me didn't want it to change, I had to change, and I had to remove myself from everyone in order to start fresh, to fully heal, not just jump into another relationship, but to develop a deep connection with me.
And sometimes that looks much more weirder than a meditation, let me tell you. Sometimes these corrections don't even make sense, because sometimes they are just inspirations from Gaia to instigate certain things that we are not even aware of. Certain ways of saying something that triggers something, that does something, that unlocks something else. And that one sound that was said there with, you know,
it takes bravery to face your shadows. That was one step, but I had to heal from all of that. She was projecting her fears onto me. Such interesting thing that people can be in, you know? It was very manipulative. It was psychological, manipulative, twisting with perception. It was like on the actual level of the human, my human, experienced so much crap because of me, because I didn't get it to take it out of that situation, because I didn't care about me enough. That's what the missing link for me was. I didn't take myself into consideration. I just focused on everyone else. That doesn't work. You have to focus on you first. That is the most loving. And then let it overflow to others. That is what all of this correction has been for me. And it's such a deep-rooted thing that spreads out in almost everything you do. Are you focused too much on pleasing other people? Or are you focused on doing what's right for you first? It changes so much of your experience when you change that properly. And you are actually making the changes to let that reflect and be the reality. Because that's what it became for me. It became the seed of like, yeah, I see what you're trying to tell me, Gaia. I see that I need to change here. Thank you. Because I saw that they were not going to change. I can blame them all I want. But they were there to show me what I hadn't healed inside of me. And when I heal that, of course, that reflection either needs to change fast or they fall away naturally by the laws of Gaia and energy. Because when I made a decision, there's no going back. Because I saw what I was doing wrong and I wasn't being of service to anyone. I wasn't being of service to them or myself. But that's what we have been taught, to be a nice person, to do what everyone else around us says. That doesn't bring any peace. That brings disharmony within. And that's what I realized. They're not bad people. They've just been hurt so much. And their defense mechanism is to serve themselves in whatever way they can. My defense mechanism was to please everyone else. We all have different defense mechanisms that we learned in this distorted world. Because we grew up in survival. And we are now finally seeing the truth of what happened. It's how we truly change. Because now I'm demanding the outside to change. Because I refuse to play that game. You don't have to play certain people's games. You can just go, okay, I see that game, no thank you. And that is healthy. Many beings might project onto you, but that is healthy to support and to protect your own energy. It's healthy boundaries. That's needed. Especially if you're a light worker and you want to shine your light and you truly want to be an upliftment in this world, it is very important. Shine your light. The way that a light shines looks different for different people. Sometimes it doesn't look like all love and light. Sometimes it looks like this: truth, If you don't have truth, you don't have love. Think about that. Ciao.